of the Muppet Show.
Hello, everyone. Welcome. It's D&DDT with the one and only Tasty Boys.
Tasty
boys.
That black void is not a metaphor. He hasn't returned to a very evil patron. He's just on his way to Time Bomb Pro, or invite in absentia tonight. But we'll all make up for it because we got lots of stuff going on here in Tasty Land. As always, we'll be taping 2 episodes tonight, episode 126 and 127. We just passed our Quasquicentennial, and we're real excited about it, especially me, because I looked that up, and I remembered it since last time, so we got that going. Nightbot, what? Where? What, did you think I was going for her? Stop spamming caps. Oh, alright.
Wow. I got warned for going tasty boy. That's rough.
I don't even know what the Nightbot does, but we got one, so we got that going for us, which is nice.
Cast members grief. That's
it's gonna be the opposite of Daybot, right?
Oh, God damn it! Yes, of course.
Nightbot is the over-excited moderator.
Turn that boy off. So anyway, we'll be taping 2 episodes, starting with episode 126. And when you hear the creepy lady tell us that we've started, you'll know it's time for tasty action.
This meeting is being recorded.
Welcome, wrestling and roleplay fans. We're here for another episode of D&DDT with the one and only Tasty Boys.
Tasty boys.
This is episode 126 of our ongoing fast casual Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition interdimensional culinary experience. I am the Beard, your dungeon master. And we're hanging out tonight for episode 126. You can check out episodes of DNDDT here at twitch.tv/knownworldunited, taping every other Wednesday, and all episodes hanging out ad infinitum. You can also go to dnddt.com for more tasty goodness, including D&Deets, a statistical breakdown of the Tasty Boys adventures done by our own warrior, as well as previous episodes. And as always, you can follow us on Twitter at DNDDT Podcast for all sorts of tweety goodness. So without further ado, I'll let the boys introduce themselves, starting in the usual order.
All right, I am Nate, your D&D ringer, playing Bard Extraordinaire Horatio Hetfeld. And last time on D&DDT, I did not throw a dart at Lom and get locked in Uska.
That's true. Warrior, I play Cletos Bagor, spelled like it sounds. Minotaur Monk, Red Meat Babyface, attuned to Digger Doomtree, and Horatio Hetfeld, and a bunch of other stuff. Last time on D&DDT, I was surprised when a popular restaurant slogan wasn't as persuasive as I expected.
I'm Dan Fitzgerald, local referee. Currently in slight crisis mode because before him, the object of all his confusion for most of his life and hatred. And he doesn't, and he knows he can't attack it yet. Or if at all, because I don't know. And also, what? CROM? What?
Also, hashtag Sons of Guns Out. Woo!
Or like blind, and here's the beacon to Gondor. They're lit.
All right. Beacons are lit. And so is Joel. Yeah.
I'm Joel, playing Big Bloody Rock Leafbottom, the halfling barbarian monk. Last time on D&DDT, Rock was hoping for dinner in a tree and was confused by what seemed to be a fight, but turned out not to be a fight.
That's a true story. Well, hey, Our offending member is currently trapped down, but if you guys would like to paint the scene, Rock, what's one thing that your character experienced last time, setting the table for this episode?
Oh, his completely non-magical rock was somehow magical and led him to where we needed to be.
It's a true story. Lom, any tidbits about how you got to where you are at this moment, or any transformational episodes during our illustrious 125th episode?
He ended up in a tree with a bunch of people, hurt, confused, bad decisions, and impulse control.
Check.
Thank you for that, Joel. Thank you.
That all checks out. Cletos, Begor.
I don't know. I saw this really cool like magic map grow on the ceiling. That was pretty neat. And the Binia told a bunch of stories that sounded kind of familiar to me too. So probably talk about that later.
Yeah. And Horatio.
Sure, I say Horatio sang the tale of our adventures, whereas I just briefly mentioned it.
Oh, so melodically though. It's still dancing in my mind. So we are in the Starless Hall. Your compatriot Digger Doomtree has been locked through kind of a runic starlight down on the kind of runic circles after Binia and the rest of the family here sang a little ditty, and then as we finished the last episode, a dwarf walked in and exclaimed, "Lom, CROM, my boys, together again." And as we begin this episode, he also said, "Oh, you have grandfather's rock." So as we begin this episode, the strange dwarf walks over and wraps his arms around Lom and Rock in a familial embrace and says, "I can't believe it. Family, I'm so excited to see you both. How could we all end up back here?"
I push him off me.
Oh,
No.
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 Rock returns the hug.
Oh, he hugs him and says, "Oh, my CROM, I have not seen you since you were a little boy. You've grown up to be so big."
What's a CROM?
CROM is you. You are CROM.
That's Rock Leaf Bottom.
I'm Rock.
Oh, no. He's CROM. CROM McHillface.
He's not a dwarf.
Isn't he, though?
No.
Isn't he? You have grandfather's rock. That means you are who you are destined to be. You are one of the shards, split from me, split from my father, split from his father. They see? You are traveling with the bard. He has come through the veil. You have come through the heart. Everything is coming together. The shards, they are piecing themselves back together.
Shut your mouth.
Elam, speak to your father with respect.
A father sticks around. Shut up. You're not my dad.
I did not say I was dead. Dead is namby-pamby human term. Father. All father, if you must.
How about you earn the title first?
Oh, okay. Well, you look at yourself, you look at me. What do you see? Do you see this family resemblance? Look how stacked CROM has. CROM works out more than you. His beard is lacking a little bit, but, this is what happens when you mate with non-dwarven women.
Okay, so you want to know what's going on here? What I see in front of me is a deadbeat that ran off.
I had obligations, Lom. Obligations.
Obligations, sure.
You don't have to believe me.
Look, I've just been tasked by the Twilight Clan to bring you back.
Who do you think? Who do you think tasked them? You You think this is accident? You find me in middle of enchanted forest? Also, he finds me in middle of enchanted forest with grandfather's rock? Also, the bard is here? Also, there's a minotaur? Also, kitty cat downstairs? This is not accident, Lum. This is destinies intertwining. This is shards coming back together to make whole. This is brothers reuniting. This is fathers,
I don't
family.
have a brother.
We
I'm an
half
only
brother.
child.
Half
I was
brother.
an only
Half
child.
brother. Half brother. What's this, Rock?
I never belonged to your grandfather.
No. The stone that you carry is Goddard stone. It's magic stone.
Yeah, I bought it off a guy when I got out of the army.
It's magic. This is magic stone. This is Rocky Rococo.
No, it's the magic stone of the super guardian angel.
Yeah, who do you think is Super Guardian Angel? It's Goddard. He comes through, makes sure everything okay with Horatio. You think Bard lasts this long without little bit of protection? Timey-wimey things, yes, but this is Rocky Rococo. You are CROM McPhillface, and he is Long McHillface. We are all here together, family. Also, I give the big Minotaur a hug. He seems you're one of his friends, yes?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, beefy boy. Hey, Lom, you could learn a thing from him. He comes over and gives Cletus a big hug.
It's like bro hugs him. It's like, nah, and he like hugs him for real.
Yes.
So Lom is just holding himself back, and a small trickle of blood just starts coming out of his nose out of pure rage.
Mom, you're bleeding out of your nose again. Are you in a state of pure rage?
I'm gonna go outside for a minute.
It's okay. It's dry in Starless Citadel.
You know, if you've committed any grievances since you've been here that we don't know about, if you got the blood coming out, you could just go ahead and declare those.
Thank you, Cletus.
Mm-hmm.
This
I
is
just
smart.
go out the door,
Okay.
go like 15 yards away from the building, and then blood curdling, angry scream.
Heard that.
As Lam leaves before he screams, I say, I don't know, Lam, he makes a lot of sense. He's talking about Rocky Rococo. It's great.
Yes, I mean, Mom Milkhill Face, also screamer. Sometimes Lom just needs to get it out. McKillface is not known for our controllable temper. Also,
Wait,
yes.
wait, Horatio, do you know both of these rocks?
I mean, I'm familiar with Rocky Rococo, yes. And obviously I know Rock.
Yeah, because we've been traveling for a while.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And now you are all here in the finger fortress of the family Starless. Lom will calm down. He will be fine. I know he is angry at me. He has every right. Rock, you have every right to be angry with me, but we are family. We are shards. We are broken from the same chain. All the way back up until it reaches Horatio, the great splintering. Just like you have passed from one place into this place, Horatio has passed from that place unto this place, as did our forefathers, and so on and so forth, until here we are all together again in this magical place, with the finger that reaches to the sky and points up our destiny. Derende will bring many shards back together. We have already done so. And once we are able to find the tongue and the heart, we can bring even more pieces together until we can mend that which is broken. And you can do that, Rock. You have the power within inside of you. Lam has that power. Minotaur, I think you also have this power. Horatio definitely has power. He is big shard. He is unbroken.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, that's cool. The tree told me that I'm a shard.
There?
So
I wander my way back in, slowly.
See, I told you he only lasts about a minute when he gets real mad.
Lam, McKeel faces, we are known for our furious anger, our righteous vengeance, and our so-so cooking skills.
Just no. No. Whatever job I'm supposed to be doing with you, I'll do it. But we will refer to each other on a first name basis.
I've only called you Lam.
And if you call me son or your boy again, I am breaking your nose. Because you don't.
You can try, Lam. This is nice of you. I will call you Lam. You deserve it. You are a man now. You have earned your accolades. You are traveling with great adventurers. You are a part of this family. You have your own family now. And that's good. That's very good. This is not mission. This is not job. This is destiny. Our destinies are intertwined, even if you do not care for it. And as I look for more shards, and you continue on, we shall piece the parts of Derende back together until he is once again whole. And then, the shards will come back together. Horatio can become part of the whole once again. We could think about how we might mend this, but not now. I understand this.
What is it even all this about, you crazed hippie?
I don't understand why I am hippie. I'm dwarf.
Yeah.
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 Not hippie.
I don't get hippie vibes.
No.
I'm like the most hippie of all of us. So.
Yes, Klitos seems very hippy dippy. I give him big hug. He give me fake hug and then real hug. I feel that's very hippie. That's okay.
Yeah.
You have found the fingers of Derende, and it has pointed you here. And now it is time for the next piece of your journey. Because as we find pieces of the shard here in the Great Forest, we can bring all of these pieces back together. And once the whole is once again united, the power and the sweet unification will allow peace in all of these lands. No longer will there be divisions between us. No longer will there be families split apart, taken from one another. No. This is the last family that you will need. And this is the last family that will have me. And I know this.
Okay, you're gonna need to try to sell me on that again, but make it sound less like a cult. Because that's the same pitch that I've been hearing from a lot of different people in a lot of parts of my life.
And yet you're here with these people. Do they talk to you like this? Do you not believe in them? Do you not believe in Horatio?
We haven't. I ended up here because I was supposed to find you. They ended up here by happenstance.
No, it's because of
It was a tree.
it was a tree.
Mm-hmm.
True.
Also, Lum, I can only say this so many times. You are here because I asked you to be here. It may not have been a direct ask, but you were brought to me because you are meant to be here. We have put these plans in motion so that we might reunite all of these lost worlds.
Rom is just gonna sit down and just not say a word. But he's gonna say the exact opposite away from his dad.
All right. Excellent. So he's going to go over and kneel in front of Horatio and say, "This is great honor for me. I don't know if you know this, or I can say as much as I would like to say, but for my line, who have come from Grundle Bottoms, this is great honor. And even though Lom and my son may not warm to me very quickly, I hope that you can trust me and put your faith in this calling, because the songs that sing to you, I know their melody, and I want you to hear them again as wholly as you once heard them. So please let me be at your service as you might be in mine. And if you can, at the very least, not speak ill of me to Lom, I would much appreciate. I have made many mistakes in my life, but it was all in service of this holy calling. Because so long as you are alive, you can be reunited with other shards. And the more shards that are together, the stronger we will be. And the stronger we are, the better chance we have of, well, we can leave that for another time. So,
motion for him to stand up.
All right.
And then I'll say, I can trust you as I trusted Goddard. But if you're his descendant, how long have I been gone?
Well, this is thing. Time you spend here versus time you spend there versus time you spent through the veil versus time you spent in non world. All are connected. There is city full of doors. They lead to many wondrous places, but probably 3 years. No, I'm just kidding. I saw that and I couldn't resist myself. We cannot stay here forever. And so, well, we have spent time in this place, and we have spent time in the world that you have come to know, with Klitos, with Kitty Cat, with CROM, with Lom. Much time has passed and no time has passed. Because as the shards grow further and further and are further and further aflong, lost continents, non-world, this world, the von Hergen-Bergenstein, land of, this place. There is more and more stretch, give, time, yes, is fluid, but is also not infinite in its stretchy. So as things keep to go out, we are guardians of trying to find pieces and how they come together. Shards flung throughout different worlds, being brought back together, creating harmony, serving as the center, the beating heart. There's many hearts that exist across these planes. The heart in this place, the heart in the place you have come from, the heart in the place you were before these places, they all beat as one. But pieces have fallen, have broken off. And every time we break a piece off, every time we travel to try to find them, another piece break. And now we are at the point where we have enough of the pieces that we can start to reunify. As we reunify, we become stronger. The hearts beat as one. The rhythms come back in sync. The song reaches a pitch. And when that happens, the connections will be clear once again. There will be no breaks between this plane and the next plane. We will be able to travel freely as we once did. And we may even see the veil become looser between these places. Reunifications, places thought lost, brought back together. This is the magic that we seek within all of us, and the magics that will combine to reach this great destiny.
Sounds perfect. I'll be happy to help.
This is good. Excellent. Klitos, Bigor,
Yep.
You have great power in you, and you have shared this power, which not many do. I thank you for the kindness that you show to others. It is a rare gift. Not all possess it, and not all cherish it. But what you have done for my son, I can never repay you, but I will thank you with every breath I have, because to quell the rage of a McKillface, even half a McKillface, is something that is quite astounding. And that peace that you have inside of you, that you share with others, is something you should always find great pride and great humility in.
Well, thank you. I will.
We all share secrets with the forest. We shed our blood. And if you know how, you can listen when the forest calls out and whispers these secrets on the wind. And if you know these secrets, you hold them tight to your chest. But sometimes you can say thank you without revealing these secrets. And that is what I want to do here. It is what I've done with this family. It is what I would like to do with your family. It is what I would like to do with my family. And this is a great purpose. And I hope that we might fulfill the promise of this purpose together. But we should probably get your kitty cat friend out of jail.
Yeah, probably.
I prefer it if you keep him in there, but, I'm outvoted.
This does not have to be a vote long. If Kitty Cat wants to stay in jail, I do not know Kitty Cat very well, but he does not seem like he's very nice. Well, not to everybody. But,
Him
everybody
and
is.
I are very similar, which is why we probably don't get along as usual.
I cannot imagine what that is like. Well, for now, we leave Kitty Cat in cage. When you leave, you bring him with you. He is connected to all of you. Well, most of you. But for now, let us speak of the tongue of Derende and how we might find it.
Where do we start?
Also, are you saying Durande?
Derende, the same,
Durande.
the same. You're right now at one of the fingers of Darren-Day. Darren-Day is the kind of father of the forest that was vanquished,
Yeah.
and the pieces of him are scattered throughout the great forest.
Yeah, no, just the accent you had on with it. I was having a hard time understanding it.
Sorry, it's meant to be the same.
Oh yeah, I
Same as
know, but that's
before.
why I was asking for clarification after the monologue.
I gotcha. All right, excellent. So yeah, uh, your father shares that the tongue of Durende lies deep in the forest. There's a large cave whose floor is made from the still living tongue of the forest father. Um, the family Starless and the people that your father has met on his journeys and in his search have regarded this as a sacred site for centuries. It's where conflicts are ended. It's where treaties are signed, uh, and it's truly this kind of place of understanding. Um, he shares that the description of it is these kind of large multicolored fungus patches grow on the wall, and they shed the kind of entire cave in this kind of dim calming light that just kind of bounces around, and the insects that kind of float within the kind of mushrooms glow in the same rainbow hues. This is a place where all creatures can speak and hear one another. The magical properties of the tongue of Durende allow all nations and all tongues to be heard as one. Um, and the tongue itself is kind of an enormous kind of life form, similar to thinking about kind of like fungus or like tree groves that have this kind of large, kind of kind of functional, multi kind of individual kind of representation, but are really a kind of huge interconnected thing unto itself. Um, and so the aim of trying to find this space is that there have been people within the forest that um, have begin to take advantage of the tongue and the properties that are there. That in addition to helping people understand one another, there's also a kind of lingering magic of the forest that comes with you as you exit, and depending on the strength of that, you kind of retain an amount of persuasiveness that has been used, not in the spirit of unification or kind of understanding, but rather for more ill-gotten gains. It's also a place that, while it comes with great power, also comes with great burden. That this is not a entirely pleasurable experience. Those who utilize its cave know that it comes at a great cost. For every word that is spoken in this kind of unified tongue, there are words that haunt those who use it afterwards, as the kind of multiplicity of these experiences and places come to bear on everyone that enters within. Um, and so, yeah, so the kind of idea behind this is that the tongue itself is something that can be communed with. It's something that can be consumed, but it also kind of as one of the lasting living pieces of the forest father, it regenerates. So while it's not infinite, it is certainly like these fingers where you can kind of attune and kind of navigate through the forest. It is something that you can have a direct interaction with. The other piece um, that your father wants to speak about is the heart itself, because the aim of finding the tongue is to be able to bring that and to utilize the fingers of Darren to point you to the heart, and at which point the kind of unification, bringing together all of the pieces in this place, can kind of unify that power and bring you back to the heart um, of your world, of the space that you came from. And so that is kind of the wish for all of this. So, um, thoughts, questions, concerns? How are we all doing after that? In character or out of character? Any questions? I know that was a lot of exposition.
Lam is just now bleeding from the other nostril now.
Oh,
Just
it's a lot of
because
bleeding.
first time it was anger, now it's just pure. He understands, but it's just like so much information. He's just.
That's fair.
So how do we bring these three things together?
He explains that there are people currently that are keeping those who might use um, the tongue for these kind of harmonious means, and he says that Thulus's spear have claimed the tongue, and so long as the tongue is inaccessible to ourselves and the other inhabitants of this land, we cannot know peace, and we cannot kind of make the call and use the fingers of Darren to point the shards that reside in this forest um, to the heart. And if we cannot get to the heart, we cannot pass back into your world as one and unify these two places. Questions about Thulus's spear? Questions about the thing? How's Rock doing? Rock, how you doing?
Well, I've checked. Pants are still clean, so I don't have the shard that he's talking about.
It's good.
And I'm a little sad that he's deluded because Mama never told me that I had a dad. So I don't have one.
Immaculate conception.
He's mistaken, but that's okay. Old people get that way. I'll still help
That's
him.
the name of this episode, by the way. Thank you. Old people get that way.
I 100% agree with this. Yeah, because Lam is just not buying that he has a magical random half brother named CROM, and it just happens to be the other beefy barbarian that's with him. He's not buying that happenstance.
Not a dwarf, and have a father. But apparently, I bought this stone off of your grandfather.
Or bought it off the brother of mine.
Well, no, because it was your grandfather's stone. So he would have had to sell it to me. Because otherwise it would have been your brother's stone. At any rate, do we go get the tongue tomorrow then?
Yes.
Because
Yes. It's nighttime. I'm sleepy. I need health.
All right.
And Thulis' spear be reasoned with, or is this going to be a tussle?
Captain Thulis is a veteran of many wars, and her record of success is quite robust. That said, they have held the tongue against many parts of the forest, and well, she and her ghouls have laid claim. The tongue itself will be vulnerable until their necromancers arrive. So it is with great haste that you make for the tongue as soon as possible. But this will not be a short trip.
How do we find the tongue?
You will follow the fingers. They will help you. Lom is a conduit. He knows. He's interacted with them as I interact with them. They will call to him, and they will point him in the right direction, whether he likes it or not. This is the power that he has. We are not
If this is
clever
my
men.
power, it's bullcrap.
Where were you going? Where were you going in the forest, Lom? Were you going away from here? What beckoned you back? You have instinct? This
No,
magic?
literally a spell that my aunt spent on me. That literally the blood spell that combines you.
Yes.
It literally yanks on my heart, and it hurts if I don't follow it. And now I'm here.
As you were meant to be.
your heart doesn't hurt now? That's great.
Yeah, it literally, quite literally felt like an invisible hand was grabbing it and yanking it. Because my aunt
the
knows
pull of
subtlety
family.
so well.
This is the pull of family. Also, Hilda was never one for subtlety.
No.
No. You know, Twilight Forges. We love who we love, you know? Yeah, she's your mom's side. We are McHale faces. Twilight Forge. Other side of family. You will do good in this. I see great accomplishments for you, Lon. But for now, let us rest. For it will be a long journey. Alright. So you guys can be led to some of the extra spaces. You're more than welcome to stay in your father's hut, which has multiple accommodations. There's also a secondary hut up in one of the trees right next to
I
it.
stay in the secondary hut.
Yeah. What can you do? CROM? Shall we have a drink? Maybe some food? Talk? CROM? My son? Rocky?
Hmm?
Yes. You and the stone, would you like to sup with me?
I could eat.
Excellent. Horatio? Cletus?
I'll join you.
Excellent.
Yeah, I'll come along.
All right.
Yeah. Is it cool if I sleep up in the Starless Hall though?
You should talk to Vinny about this, but I believe that anyone who needs to commune with the Starless Hall, if it calls to you, go to it.
I will.
All right.
Yep.
So
You
we split up. Lam, you're going to secondary hut. Kletos, you will go to the Starless Hall. Horatio, Rock, you and Papa McHillface are going to sleep in his digs, which are actually quite nice. You can tell that he's been here for a while. It looks like he doesn't have kind of too many roots put down, but lots of traveling equipment, lots of kind of pictures. If you've ever enjoyed the comedic stylings of "It's Always Sunny," It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Charlie's murder board. He has something like that on the wall. There's etchings of all of you on the wall. And next to Lam, there's a little kind of scratch that says "Sun," and next to Horatio, there's kind of phosphorescence to the kind of string that connects it to the other pieces. Kledos, or actually maybe Lam, let's start with you. What are you literally like? Lam sleep, Lam no feel good, Lam lots of
Mom is
brain
kind of
juice.
away from everybody and just kind of staring off into like whatever horizon he can stare off right now.
Yeah.
And it's just, yeah, no, Lam is quite literally contemplating because I wonder, because it was just I have a small detail
Yeah.
of my character that I had a design. On the design, I want to see if it would have been in my bag or if you still would have been wearing that small necklace. Because I don't think I ever took it off. Because he had a small, like, just a small little leather necklace with there's like a wooden bead on it.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's gonna take it on the deck. And it kind of says M, like MHF, and on it for Mako face that his mom gave him.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna take his knife on that side, cross off both those ends, flip it around to the blank card, carve in TF,
The
and put that
fuck?
on. He's
All
like,
right.
because he always thought McKillface was his mom's name, not his dad's, which is why he took it. But since it's his name,
All right. Sounds good. All right, Kletos, you've made your way to the Starlight Hall. You find yourself alone, but the faint glow of the runes still illuminate the kind of phosphorescent moss and lichen that have kind of dotted the ceiling of the hall. Yeah.
Well, I think that first he would have he would have tracked down Binia and made sure it was cool for him to go up there. And while he was talking with Binia, probably would have brought up their similar past and kind of commiserate about their kind of mirrored backgrounds,
Mm-hmm.
the different ways that they've approached family and such. And he would say, I remember, and it was a lot, but I remember you were talking about how it's kind of a burden on you to carry all that weight yourself. And, part of after I escaped slavery, a lot of my work has been finding my own way. And turns out my own way is a way that might be able to help you. It's I don't know. I don't want to get into it. It's a long thing, but like we're all made up of other stuff, and our bodies don't know how to reacquaint the different parts of ourselves. And I've learned how to reacquaint that stuff. Um, as long as you and I share any pieces. So if you think it might help you to connect a little bit more to this world or another, then maybe that might help you relieve some of that burden. I'd be happy to give it a shot.
She shares that she would be happy to attempt to commune, but as not being a shard herself, the connection and the life force that you share with the other shards would not be a part of who she is. And although she appreciates the peace that you have found, it is not for her. That energy cannot be her energies, no matter how much she wishes it so.
Well,
But
I mean, that's okay. You don't have to. I guess I didn't mean it from the perspective of the shard thing. That's still, I don't know if I totally get that on myself just yet. It's just, I find that when I connect with people, that something changes in both of us, and it's usually kind of helpful. And that's all I was getting at. If maybe if I don't know, that's all I'm getting at. Just if you wanted to, that's okay. I'm kind of learning about it myself, and it's helpful to me too to connect with folks. So,
well, yeah, let's why don't we give it a shot here? Are you gonna attempt to life bond with her?
yep.
All right.
Let me just roll
Let's
that.
see what we get.
Oh wait, I can. Do it. There it goes. Yeah, they do share life energy.
All right.
Even across planes. That's pretty interesting.
That's pretty interesting.
So Kletos is gonna like, okay. He sort of like reaches out, and he's like, all right, I'm pretty sure I can feel it. I'm getting better at this and finding it. So I just need to connect us real quick. So close your eyes. Give me your hand. Takes her hand. It's all right. Do you feel my heart beating?
I do.
Okay. And then he uses his bonus action to attune their life energy. Let me roll that real quick.
I'm just super happy that you didn't say you're using your bonus action to hide. She like opens her eyes and she's like, Kletos?
Okay. Second. Okay. It's the it's ingenuity. It's the it's like guidance when they're near each other.
Okay.
So if they're around each other, they're better at everything, which is cool. And so he connects it, and he says, so do you understand?
I do. I did not.
Says, do you feel the same?
I do. Your heart shall guide my heart, and my heart shall guide your heart.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right.
I hope that helps.
You have a piece within you that I have great admiration for now. And I hope that it and the purity of it will lead you and your compatriots to find that which has been lost.
I hope so too. The lines that you made on the ceiling, they seem really familiar. I've encountered them before, and I'm really drawn to them. And those kind of lines are how I figured out how to do this. So I appreciate you showing me what that looks like here, and I hope that maybe this connection can help us both understand those lines a little bit better.
They exist in all places, and like the line that connects the two of us, they connect others. I believe that what we have done here today will ensure that the line between us is not broken, nor will the line between our worlds be broken once you have returned.
I think so. I hope so. If you don't mind, I'd like to sleep up there if I could. Just try to memorize that map. I'm sort of a little bit of a map maker in my spare time, and I don't know. It felt good up there. I'd just like to stay there if I can.
Please, sleep beneath the stars. Find their peace.
Okay. All right. All right. Well, before I go, sorry about my friend.
It's all right.
We didn't mean to. Disgrace your hospitality or nothing. It's just a dynamic. We're a family, but brothers fight sometimes. Some brothers fight a lot of the time. That's kind of what's going on
60% of the time, the Starless family fights all the time. Nailed it. TM guy.
Anyway, appreciate letting us stick around despite the beginnings.
Yeah. She takes leave of you and says that she hopes that the stars guide your dreams and keep us connected as we continue to navigate this place and all of the places beyond.
Yeah. Well,
all right.
Thanks. Cletus walks up the tree back to the Starless Hall.
All right. Sounds good. All right. So you take a little nappy poo there, and I think that we have time for one more convo. Rock, Horatio, you find yourself in Papa McHillface's sweet digs, and he lays out a bit of a modest but scrumptious looking charcuterie for you to enjoy, he kind of just sits down and beckons you to sit down with him, and is just kind of beaming, looking at Rock with this kind of like admiration on his face. Seems very happy.
Rock is not going to hesitate to dig into the foodstuffs. And then after the first couple bites, he's going to look up and be like, is that CROM guy going to join us?
Yes, he has. You are CROM, my son.
No.
Your mother may not have spoke of me, but look at yourself. How often do you get mistaken for your brother? Or for a dwarf, for that matter? Often enough, I would imagine.
Never for long.
Well, he does have a beard of
And a lot
sorts.
of people aren't used to seeing halflings.
This is true. But
Case in point.
You are a pretty beefy halfling.
This is true. Much
I mean,
beefier.
stout, stouts are beefier.
Yeah, I mean, you're built.
Like a McHill face.
Or like leaf bottom.
Well, Hill face, leaf bottom. From your toes to your nose. You're my son. And well, you may go by Rock. I know you as CROM, and I have dreamt of you often, and the successes that you'll find in this life. Though I could not be there for the beginning of it, I shall be there for the end. This has been foreseen, Rock. You, Rocky Rococo, the Bard, myself, your brother, the Minotaur, even the cat. Sorry for your crummy dreams. As Lom does not want to be referred to as my son, I will not refer to you as CROM if you do not wish. But know that I have great fondness for you in my heart, and I've thought about you often, though these many years. And it does me well to see the two of you together. And though you may not accept me, I am delighted to be in your presence. Rock. Leaf bottom.
Oh, I don't have a problem with you. I mean, I'm just meeting you. You seem plenty nice.
Thank you. Well, with that, shall we take our leave and take our rest, so that in the morning we might find adventure anew on our way to the tongue of Durende?
We can do that.
Sounds good.
All right. He walks over and kind of scuttles the flame that's in the fire, and you are all able to have a nice long rest as we wrap up
Finally.
episode 126 of D and DDT with the one and only Tasty Boys.
Tasty boys. No, that didn't work.
Nailed it.
I was on mute.
Ah.
The recording has stopped.
Nailed it. All right, for everybody watching, we hope you enjoyed episode 126. We're going to take a short break, and we will be back with episode 127 right after these messages, which will be a screen and no talking. Whoop. Hello, welcome back. I hope you had a restful respite. All of the boys have slept the sleep of sleeping boys. And we're back for episode 127. So after the strange lady tells us that we're recording, we'll record. We hope you enjoyed episode 126, Old People Get That Way. And now we're here for episode 127, TBD.
This meeting is being recorded.
Hello and welcome to another episode of D and DDT with the one and only Tasty Boys.
Tasty
Boys.
Oh, so much tastier when there's four unmuted voices singing in harmony with the same vigor that Nate sings as Horatio. We're back. I'm the Beard. I'm your illustrious DM. As always, this is episode 127 of our ongoing fast casual Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition interdimensional culinary experience. The boys have found themselves deep in the heart of
Texas.
the what? Of Texas, yes, absolutely. We are in Texas. Spoilers: you're now in the United States, and no, they
One of the
are
Yankees.
in the Great Forest, hanging out with the family Starless, and they've met um, Papa McKillface. So we're going to go around and you can meet all the boys. If you'd like to hear more about the boys, go check them out at dnddt.com. Or hey, follow us on Twitter at DNDDT Podcast, or show up every other Wednesday for tapings here on twitch.tv/known world united. Nate, Ringer, take it away.
All right, I am Nate, your D&D ringer, playing Bard Extraordinaire Horatio Hetfeld. Last time on D&D, I learned that Rock's Magic Rock is indeed Rocky Rococo. So that's good to know.
That is good to know. You know, it's funny because you're a bard. You could also be the singer. You might want to workshop that. I'm Warrior. I play Kletos Begor, spelled like it sounds. Minotaur Monk, Red Meat Babyface, Attuned Digger, Doom Tree, and Horatio Hetfeld, and a bunch of other stuff. Last time on D&D, I slept under the stars.
Hi, referee Dan Fitzgerald, playing the former Law McKillface, now Law Twilight Forge, after gaining new information. So yeah, this is going to be an interesting time. I am excited to see where this goes after meeting his now. No, Warrior, stop it. Stop it. I saw that. Stop it. No.
It's beautiful.
And I'm Joel, playing Big Bloody Rock Leaf Bottom, the halfling barbarian monk. Last week I found out that my magic rock is actually a magic rock.
True story. We're once again absent one Orenvite, international Iron Man deathmatch superstar, Tabaxi Warlock of the Forest. We wish him well and hope he is recovering nicely from King of the Deathmatch and a Time Bomb
Hopefully winner
Pro.
of King of the Deathmatch by the time you're hearing this,
You,
right?
you never know. He could be royalty.
Heaven help us.
It's going to add another couple seconds to every podcast.
King or invite.
Oh boy. Anyway, yeah, you guys have all had a long rest, the first long rest in quite some time. That's kind of nice. And you've been tasked with figuring out how to get to the tongue of Darren and to save it from the clutches of the Iron Ghoul and her nasty beasties that have taken it over and prohibited the many peoples of the lands from communing together in one tongue. So, How's everybody feeling after their night of rest? Lom, how are you doing? How's Lom doing?
Like he got ran over by a truck, but in much better shape. Like he's back to his old level of exhausted pigeon in the morning. So he's just like, all right, let's get through the day. So
Spelled like it sounds. Kledos, how was
Yeah.
your rest in the Starless Hall?
It was great. Phosphorescent moss is really comfortable, and the map is beautiful, and there are all these cool runes. Man, I had a great time. Great night. Really good.
Rock and Horatio, how did y'all sleep?
Oh, wonderfully.
Yeah, feeling good. Rock, how are you feeling after the information that was presented to you yesterday?
Good. I mean, slept, ate, senile old man, but it's okay. He's going to believe what he wants to believe, and that's fine.
All right. So he wakes up and sees that you're up and says, "This is the first time that I've seen you awaken since you were a small babe."
Okay.
I'm very proud of you, Rock.
It's not a big deal. I wake up every day.
Well, some days is harder to wake up than others.
It's probably true.
Well, let us go and see what we can do about getting your kitty out of Kitty Cat jail. So you guys head back to the Starless Citadel. Lom, you can make your way back there. Kletos, you're already there. And
I'm prepared.
everywhere. And so Binia, before everybody comes in, is going to come in and ask you if the name Stormhoof means anything to you.
just him or everybody?
It's before you guys get there.
Okay.
It doesn't ring a bell to me, I don't think. I could roll history if you want.
The line that
Should.
connects us. Oh, you're not there yet, Horatio.
Oh, I'm not. Okay.
No metagaming. All right, so that's absolutely not happening, Kletos. Or whoever sent that. Rock.
I didn't type that.
You're fired, Rock.
I was being present in the scene.
Thank you. She says, the line that connects us connects back through you. And in my dreams, this is the name that I heard echoing.
Oh. Okay. Well, thanks for that. Maybe I'll ask Horatio when he comes up. That's good to know. Do you sleep okay? You should sleep up here. The moss is super comfortable.
I find that the finger points and the direction can disorient me because the finger points to the tongue and the tongue speaks the truth of the heart, and that is oftentimes more than my dreams can handle.
Sure, that's understandable.
All right, so the rest of the boys come in, as well as most of the family Starless. and they bid you to head back down to the level of ye old Digger Doomtree. And he is released from the runes by Binia, and Ganshu and Fanshu, who have been kind of keeping guard, flutter their wings a bit with his release, but Binia and Papa McHillface say that if he is family, then he belongs with his family as they go. So, no. We do not do such things as at family. I hope that you would learn this and take it to heart, because these brothers of yours, though you may not always feel it, are connected to you. Oi. So you are all kind of there in that space, getting ready to get outfitted. Papa McHillface is trying to kind of steer clear of Lom and abide by his wishes and kind of make sure that Rock is all set up. Binia comes back over to you, Kletos, and says that she believes that the great truth that Darren Day will reveal to her has been amplified by your connection. And if he speaks through you, she would bid you return and share his words so that she might be helpful in your task.
Sure. Yeah, of course. Of course I will.
All right. All right. So Papa McHillface gives you guys the general view of where all of these things are going to be transpiring. It's not a kind of it's not a short trip from this finger to the tongue, but as was mentioned, the fingers themselves kind of point onward and can help to lead you through. And Lam is that conduit, because just as the heart pulled him to his father, the fingers point to the heart of the forest, and that is the heart that will guide him to the tongue, which is speaking the words of the heart. So, Lam, you're able to utilize the spell Clairvoyance with the range increased to 100 miles. So this is going to be one of the things that kind of helps move you through. Binia also shares that any time that you're near a finger, for any of you that have shared your secrets with the forest and spilled blood, spells that you would cast as rituals within 100 feet of the finger require no components and have their durations doubled.
I can cast magic now?
Listen to your heart, Lom. Magic was working through you all this time. Magic is what brought you here. Magic is what will lead you and your family where you need to go.
Yeah.
James, just
I
quick.
believe in.
Does that mean if I use the wand Suka, the spells are doubled?
If it's a ritual,
Oh no.
Spells cast as rituals, yep.
Okay.
I'm just gonna walk up as the ratio, so it's like, how? Magic.
Well, I mean, I don't know how you're gonna do it. I know how I do it. That's you could try to sing it, but I'm not sure it'll work the same for you.
Yeah,
You should try to
probably
sing
not.
it.
No.
Come on, Lom. I believe in you. You can do it.
It's like, Lom's gonna just go out of the hallway from here. Cause we're kind of on Woodbridge. Can I find like a sturdy stick, like maybe like somewhere between like 6 to 9 inches in length, like 7 to 9 inches in length, just a stick.
Yeah, you find one. It's actually a couple of inches smaller than you think it is, but it'll do.
Yeah. And I'm just gonna just the Lom is gonna hold it and just magic go.
Your father comes over and he like turns the stick towards your heart and says, "From in here, this is what will pull you." And as you kind of put it over your heart, you feel that kind of pain that you felt kind of drawing you here begin to melt into a warmth. And that warmth begins to kind of manifest itself. And you see kind of this glowing phosphorescence in the air that seems to be leading you out of the grove of the family Starless and on your way.
But I think I see it now. Yeah, that is trippy. Oh wow, okay. You guys ready, or do we still need to take some time to prep?
Lead the way.
Ready.
Yep.
I am a monk now. And I just off we go into the wild blue yonder, I guess.
All right.
Perfect. What could go wrong?
What could go wrong? Okay, so Lam, I need to have you make some rolls for me to see how successfully you're going to adapt to all of this. The rest of you are free to, to chat, as it were. You have
Sure.
Digger in tow.
Mhm.
Yeah,
And
Lon was just looking up at this like, this is weird. This is so weird. I do not like magic.
so clairvoyance itself basically like creates an invisible sensor within a range that's familiar to you. So for the sake of this, it's 100 miles. So this is going to essentially like draw you to that sensor, and that
It's essentially a
sensor,
waypoint.
yeah, that sensor essentially is leading you towards the next finger, or eventually the tongue. But these are things that you don't necessarily know. You just you know what you've been told, that same kind of pull and this kind of visible phosphorescence that you see. God damn it, are the kind of ways in which it is kind of leading you to this next place.
So he's become our sat nav,
Mhm.
otherwise known as our Lam Lam.
Yeah.
We have right to censor jokes. We got this now. Yeah, it's just
We're setting a vibe, Plum. Chaos. You be the calm in the storm.
me calm. What is that?
I have no idea.
Speaking of storms, well, we're walking along. Cletus will sort of fall into step with Horatio and be like, "Hey, does the name Stormhoof ring a bell to you?"
That's a name I haven't heard for a while.
Yeah, you know it.
I do. Out of character, Horatio totally does. Nate doesn't remember what his first name is. That was Keith's character, right?
Yeah, it's Destrous or Destrous Stormhoof. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to give the Obi-Wan. Yes, he was greatest warrior of his generation.
Mm-hmm. He's pretty good. Yeah, Destrous Stormhoof. He was a friend of mine. Not well. I mean, to me, not long ago. I guess I don't really know how long ago it was. He was also a Minotaur.
Oh, wow. Okay. I guess that makes sense. Benio was saying that, what?
About 3 years ago. I feel like every episode, I should just start naming episode 3 years later.
Mm-hmm.
Just like episode 126, 3 years later. Episode 127, 3 years later.
Even more 3 years.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Benia said that she was dreaming and that my line, she like traced my line back, and that was the name that she heard in her dream. Which I guess makes sense if all these lines are leading back to you, or where you came from, or I don't know. I don't know if I get it exactly.
Yeah, hopefully it'll all make sense to everyone soon. This will find out.
Lightning bolt just strike Joel. just strike Rock. Just a random stray lightning bolt.
Does that make sense to you, Horatio?
Not exactly. No. I guess we'll see what goes on once we can get to the tongue and find the heart and see if we can bring the worlds together.
Sure. Well, that makes sense. You know, no small task, I guess. You know, now that I think of it, shortly after I struck out on my own, I danced for a little while, and I thought about dancing under the name of Stormhoof. So maybe this is destiny.
Could be.
Something to think about anyway.
It's a good name.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. That's beautiful. All right, Lon. Why don't you roll me?
Down under.
Why don't you? Why don't you roll me a Arcana check?
Just a straight Arcana.
Straight Arcana, homie.
Natural 1.
Lam, you feel very compelled by this. You are just you see this and you just walk. You start walking right out of camp. Like everybody else is kind of getting going, having a little chit chat. Cletus and Horatio are chatting.
I just go slack jaw and just.
Yeah.
Correct.
Oh, Lon, watch out for that hole.
Can I fall into it?
You can make me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, come on. It's 15. So 17.
I don't know. He was real distracted watching the lights in the sky.
Yeah, so Digger is standing off the side and kind of like kicks a log, trying to get Lam to trip on it as he's all kind of zoned out, but he just kind of preternaturally like steps over it, like just changes his cadence like mid-step and walks over it.
Wow, that usually gets him.
True story. Rock, you share what I'm sure for you is not a tender moment, but to your father is a very tender moment. Wishing you well and letting you know that the next time that you see one another, it will be when our hearts meet.
Okay.
And he embraces you and kisses you on the forehead. And he hands you something. And what he hands you is a sheath that has an enchantment on it that you can put on your axe to keep it from rusting in this place.
Ooh.
Speaking of, for everybody that has been paying attention, there's some Rusty Boy stuff going on. So if you have anything metallic, you need to expend 2 more days of your oils, waxes, or otherwise magical entities to keep your shit right. Or they get 2 more.
Can roll my nature to see if I found stuff to make the oil with. Since I don't have anything, that's what I was doing instead.
Yeah, you can do that. I'll say roll it once, just because you've been kind of busy.
Okay.
I'm guessing you haven't been doing a lot of foraging.
You underestimate how fast I move. 8.
No.
Yeah,
But
yeah. Win some, you lose some. You forage some.
it's a true story.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you guys... oh, go ahead. Sorry, Cletus.
Oh, no, I was just going to say, like, well, if we're still walking, I'd like, kind of go over to Rock and be like, hey, CROM, can I call you Rock?
You're gonna confuse the poor man.
You should keep calling me Rock.
Okay. I wasn't sure which you'd prefer. I haven't ever had like a new name before. I thought maybe it would be a fun thing.
I mean, I mostly kind of feel bad that he thinks I'm his son.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't want to hurt his feelings or anything. So if
Sure.
But I mean, I've only ever been Rock.
Okay, well, that's cool. Like I was just asking. Is it kind of cool having a brother who you know?
I mean, I don't have a brother.
Bob's your brother.
No, that guy just thinks he is. He's just confused.
You think he's confused? Do you think?
Yeah.
What do you talk to Lam about it? Does Lam want to be your brother? You feel okay being bring brothers with a known arsonist?
I mean, if I was,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Okay.
I think it would just mean kind of what it's already meant, which is sometimes Lam needs our help.
Sure, that's true. I mean, we're already a family of sorts, but you know, I guess I just wanted to, you know, lesson number 6. I don't know how to count. Is like being a monk isn't always about punching stuff, and sometimes it's about connection, and it feels like maybe you got an opportunity to make a new connection here with Olam. So just thought I'd put a bug in your ear. Not literally, that's a saying. It's a gross saying. I don't know why people would say that, but I learned it from a book, and I'm just trying to impress people with my book learning. But I just kind of wanted to put the bug, the not actual, but the word bug in your ear, that maybe this is an opportunity for you to find new ways to connect with people.
Okay. I mean, I was thinking about talking to Lam about it, but based on last night, it didn't seem like the kind of thing he would want to talk about.
Sure. Well, I mean, maybe it's hard for him to talk about it with his dad. Maybe it would be easier for him to talk about it with his brother or whatever you are. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's about who you're connecting with, who you're talking to. So even if it's a hard subject, maybe there's somebody who can make it easier for you, you know? Maybe you can be that person for long. Maybe you'll learn something about yourself in the meantime.
Okay. I think I get what you mean.
Okay. Well, that's all I can ask.
I feel like a lot of your lessons involve not hitting things.
Yeah, it's really like a lot more about not hitting than hitting.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's not really my hands that do the damage. It's the redirected energy. So, I haven't hit anything for like 3 years. Technically.
All right. So even though I'm not Lam's brother, I should talk to him about being his brother to see how he feels.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's like I said, maybe you're brothers. Maybe it's just a fun, I don't remember the word, antidote, but it's something that you two can maybe bond over. So just throwing it out there, connect with stuff.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm going to go now.
Rocky's gonna head straight towards Lam.
All right.
Not discreetly. Go, Lam, how do you feel about being my brother?
Just pull me out of my stupor.
Yes. Well, yeah. I think so. I mean, make me a. Gosh, I don't know. What would Lam? What would Lam roll? Make me a Constitution check.
Con check, you said?
Yeah.
18.
Yeah. You're back in it.
Okay. No matter what the old dwarf says, I don't believe that you're actually my brother. I think he's off his rocker.
Well, I mean, I know I'm not your brother because your brother's name is CROM, and that's not my name. But Cleto says that maybe even though we're not brothers, that you would maybe want to be a brother.
Well, we're not brothers in traditional sense, but we've gone through enough crap that I would almost consider you in the same brotherhood type mentality.
All right, so you're okay with it.
Yeah.
Cletos, we bonded.
Great.
Okay.
Thumbs up.
Well, I'm just gonna, as I'm walking, I'm just gonna stop for a minute. I'm just gonna turn around to the guys. I'm like, look, I know this is all crazy, and also learning that McHillface is not my mother's maiden name, which I was told that it was for the most part of my life. So, because I always identified more with my mother. I swear to God, right? Anyway, but anyway, anyway, I no longer am identifying McHillface because that's apparently his name, and I never wanted any part of him. So
Okay.
I am Lom
That's-
Twilight Forge from here on out.
So you're
All right.
not.
After we're done with this and we fix whatever is broken or whatever his crazy whatever is, I don't understand any of this. As soon as we're done with this, whatever world-ending event this might be, because I have honestly, Horatio, I has no idea why or how this connects to you. I'm confused. So it's like, can you try to explain it to me just a little bit better than their flowery language?
Before we do that,
I like
let's
flowers.
have everybody roll a d20.
12.
16.
5.
6.
All right. Rock, could you roll me a d12?
Of course.
Thanks, buddy.
Uno.
Oh.
Mm.
So
Ooh.
as you say this, you hear a kind of loud whooshing noise up above the tree canopy, and you look up, and as if appearing from nowhere, you see a Pegasus flying overhead.
I don't think I've ever seen one of those before.
Why does that horse have wings?
It's a Pegasus. That's how they work.
Yep.
So what is it doing here?
I don't know. Why
Flying
don't you ask
around.
it?
I'd rather not.
Hey, Lom, do you know Dwarvish?
I can speak it, but I can't read it.
Okay. Does CROM mean rock? Dwarvish.
Is Kami Rock and Dwarvish?
I don't know, Horatio.
Why do I know?
I don't know. You're a bard. You sing a lot of shit.
I do. Actually, I do speak Dwarvish. CROM is definitely rock in Dwarvish.
Yeah,
Think about it.
I'd rather
Think about
not.
That is a weird coincidence.
Yeah.
I love it. I love
Is the
it.
Pegasus a good sign or a bad sign, Horatio?
Ooh.
I think it's a good sign. Do we see anyone riding the Pegasus, or just kind of a Pegasus flying around?
No, it actually lights down in a clearing off to your west and begins to graze on the long grass that is hanging out there.
Rock's
Okay.
gonna kind of cautiously make his way over towards the Pegasus.
Okay,
Not like close, but just observation range.
sure.
Are we okay? Okay, we're doing this. Okay, and I'm just gonna dejectively follow.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you see it. I mean, Pegasus is just a beautiful winged horse.
Rock's just gonna be like,
White as the driven snow.
Weird question, Horatio. Cledos, you might know this. Do Pegasus talk? Like, is there any in history or stories, or they just speak a common tongue or a tongue at all?
nay.
Well, I rolled a 9 on a nature check, so I don't know that I'm going to know that.
Cletos, you could probably roll a nature check.
I rolled a 9. I'm using the D&D Beyond roller, so all my
Oh, I'm
rolls are
watching
garbage
it on my
tonight.
side right here.
So you do know that they don't speak, but you don't know how they understand humans or any other creature for that being.
The Rock's just gonna be like, you remind me of a friend I once had. His
It-
name was Dan. he didn't have wings like you, but he was just as noble.
You see it kind of look up towards you and tilt its head a little bit and tuck its wings tight in close to its body and kind of put its head down a little bit and like paw at the ground twice.
Rock's gonna. Ooh, I know that one. That's 2.
Rock, I think it
Come on.
wants you to go over
Up.
to him.
Ruby, come on,
You think so?
lay down.
I think so.
Yeah. Rock's gonna go over and see if he can pet the horsey.
All right, make me a animal handling check.
18.
This Pegasus is taking a shining to you, my friend. It senses the good in your heart.
You're a lovely winged horse.
Make me a dexterity saving throw. Rock. Oh,
Oh, damn, kids. 14.
the Pegasus reaches out with one of its mighty wings and throws you upon its back and lights up into the air. And you are filled with a joyful sensation that you've not felt since riding upon Dampids. Only you float through the sky like you've only seen Cletos and Digger do on their brooms, and it is one of the most exhilarating things that you have ever experienced in your life. Maybe second only to mightily cleaving individuals in twain in like a single stroke. Like this is up there.
Literally.
Literally.
Does anyone have any ways of getting him back down? Cletos, are you able to fly today or no?
There is
No, I don't have my broom.
zero
Digger-
flying
Digger
apparatus
had it.
availables.
And he got taken.
um, so yeah, you fly around on this Pegasus for a good couple minutes while everybody's kind of like down below, and then it slowly kind of makes its way down, and it lands just soft as a petal hitting the ground, and you are so happy.
He's gonna dismount and, give it all the pets while being like, that was amazing. Thank you so much. I would ask you to travel with us, but whenever I've taken in friends, it hasn't gone well. And I don't want bad things to happen to you.
It kind of like nuzzles you a little bit, and since you're pretty short, it kind of takes a wing and like puts it over you and kind of pulls it in, and you can feel the two of your heart beat as one.
Are you sure you want to? I mean, I guess ultimately it's your decision, but
Kind of nuzzles you a little bit more.
you're certainly welcome to come with us.
I think you have a new companion there, Rock.
I need this horse like I never needed horse before. Want to ride a horse with you, baby. So you see the Pegasus kind of bend its front knee so that you're able to hop up on it, and somebody's got a new Pegasus, buddy.
Woohoo!
So a Pegasus, I can send this in the chat. So I'll put this in here. Here you go, Eol. That is for the Pegasus. That all totally checks out. Nothing needs to be changed there. All right. That's the damn thing.
Woo!
You now have a horse. Well, Rock has a horse.
All right. Lam, make me another Arcana check.
Make another.
Yes, please.
16.
All right. You are able to kind of find your way back to that kind of phosphorescent trail, and you start kind of moving along now with Pegasus in tow.
Forward, gentlemen.
So as we're going along, can I keep an eye out for things that I can make oils for my weapons and metal bits for? All right.
Yeah, make me a nature check at disadvantage because you're having to kind of look while you're trying to keep up with Lom.
Yeah, what is that stuff you guys keep smearing on your weapons and whatnot?
That's how you keep your metal from rusting, like your knives do that Chef might be mad at you for.
Yeah, that's why your cleavers look like shit, Mom.
Well, no one told me about that. I guess I've been away from you guys a little bit.
So I rolled. Oh, sorry.
No, I was just going to say that's why we should stick together.
I rolled a 17 and a 16, so that's 21.
All right. Yeah, you're able to rustle up some seeds that you feel like you could add to the nets that you have, and get your oil on. Why don't you roll me a D4?
2.
That will give you 2 full days of oil.
Nice.
All right.
I will give Lom 2 applications for the cleavers he has, just to kind of hold him for the day. Or is it 2 for me or 2 for?
Oh, it's 2 total.
Oh, 2.
So that is 2 applications. So that will keep his cleavers from degrading for 1 day total because he has 2 cleavers.
Gotcha. Then I want to keep my eye out for more.
All right. Every time I ask Lam to make an Arcana check, you can make a nature check.
I should do that too because I've been doing that.
All right.
After conferring with the Pegasus, I have concluded that its name is Jet.
Jack?
Jet.
J-E.
Jet.
Oh, Jet.
Yes, Jet.
Okay.
Because wings.
It's nice. It's not Paul or Linda. Okay. All right. Just checking. All right. Admiral Halsey. Maybe it's Admiral Halsey. You don't know.
Bluebird.
Oh, true story.
Band on the Run was just too long.
Fair. That's fair.
And the one that was just put in was copyrighted.
Fair use.
True story. All right. So, we're going to continue on. I'd like everybody roll me a d20 again. Horatio?
20.
All right, 20 for Lam. Horatio?
That's a 10.
Kletos?
15.
And Ruck?
13.
Okie dokie. And then, Horatio, why don't you do us the honors of rolling a d12?
All right. That is a 10.
Oh, that's good. All right. So, dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. Oh. So, as you're passing along, off to the left of the path, you see a mound of vines that are vaguely humanoid and about 4 feet long. Did they just move?
I don't know. Did they?
There's only one way to find out or not find out.
Do we all see this or just Horatio?
What is everybody's passive perception?
17.
17.
Passive is 15.
It's just Horatio.
All right, guys. There's a weird humanish shaped mass of vines over there.
Well, let's avoid that. That sounds horrible.
Yeah.
It's kind of mean of you to call it weird.
Unusual for
That's
me.
better. That's better. It's a new experience. That's a healthy way of looking at it.
Yes.
It means you're a weird mass of not vines.
You're not wrong.
Yeah, and I'd rather not find out if it's not just vines.
What if it's somebody who's trapped in vines and they need our help?
And I'm already walking over there.
All right.
I'm going with him, so.
I'm following.
Yeah,
Excellent.
we'll keep the band together. Maybe it's one of those tree people we saw before.
You see a small, very distinguishable gnome that has been wrapped in the vines of the forest, head to toe, and you also hear the slight mewing of a small cat that is ensconced in all of the vines as well. The gnome has a mustache and looks desperate.
So he is still alive.
Yes.
Excuse me, sir. How did you get stuck in there?
Make me a perception check.
30.
You can't really tell what he's saying, but he seems to be struggling for breath.
Okay, he's got a vine over his mouth.
Oh yeah.
I'll start to try to unwrap the gnome.
All right, make me dexterity saving throw.
"28."
That's really good. You're able
It is
to
real good.
leap out of the way before the vines also take you. But it seems that the
Hey,
forest is pushing back.
I think I might have an idea. It's a bit
great law.
dangerous.
Does it in
You can take it back immediately. These seem to be sometimes. I remember.
Are you going to try to set the forest on fire, Lom?
The vines on fire because I remember reading in a
No.
storybook of vines when they were like sentient like that, they're attacking people. They did not like fire. Like we could light a torch and try to scare it off or something, and it retracts, giving us time to grab those two and pull them out.
Not giving you your ladder back, Lom.
I didn't say I had to do it. I'm just
Oh.
saying use the idea. It's either that or I start hacking at it.
You don't know. Do you?
You feed it.
I am.
I am.
I guess I am too.
All right.
Further, yeah.
Horatio, Rock, Pegasus, and Lom, make me dexterity saving throws.
Dirty 20.
Nat 20 for 29.
25.
And the Pegasus is a 13.
The Pegasus jet is starting to be pulled by its legs with vines. There's also a vine being wrapped around its haunches.
I will immediately launch myself off of Jet, grab my axe, and hack away the branches while telling Jet to get airborne.
All right. Make me attacks.
25 and a 25 to hit.
All right. You're able to hack away half of the vines. And the dwarf is now starting to struggle mightily. But out of the corner of your eye, you catch a dart flying through the forest, and you see it cut the vine that is holding the kitty cat, and the kitty cat is able to escape.
All right. I'm going to move over to. You said it was a gnome, didn't you?
I did.
Yep. So I'm going to go over to the gnome and I will touch them and cast. Where did you go? Dimension door. And teleport us both 50 feet away.
Tell me what Dimension Door does.
You teleport yourself from your current location to any other spot within range. You arrive at exactly the spot desired. Can be a place you can see, one you can visualize, or one you can describe. It's 500 feet in range.
Okay. So, while you normally pass through a pretty benign dimension to get to your new place, when you pass through, you find yourself passing through. Well, make me a history check.
That is 22.
You find yourself moving through an infernal hellscape. This is not what you normally pass through.
Oh, that's not good at all. I say as I land on the other spot.
All right.
Sir, are you okay?
He's still a little bound up, but you can help him get that off. And he says, as he twirls his mustache and says, "Where is he? Where is he? Of course, Calvin Boldcloak is okay. Never a moment of worry. But I worry about my kitty cat. Do you have him with you?"
I don't.
I got it.
No.
Ah, excellent. Minotaurs, they are very useful. And what are you? You, the beardy one.
What am I? I'm a human.
Yes, I smell this much. I don't have a distaste for it.
I bathed yesterday.
So he starts running over to his cat, and he says, "Oh, Wolfgang, I was so worried. Oh, thank you. And he lets the cat kind of run up and perch on his shoulder, and says, "This damnable forest. Every time I end up here, it disagrees with me and Wolfgang."
How did you get here?
Oh, well, when you're bouncing around, sometimes you pass through certain planes of existence, and sometimes it doesn't go quite as smoothly, like our little trip. Mm, not bad. Not bad. That was me.
You took us to that infernal, or through the infernal plane?
Yes, your magic is quite weak. You see, I'm a prince, and I do princely things. And I don't need to rely on, I would assume, magic of music. No. I serve the 11 hells. And as such, I have certain perks that go along with it. This magic, this jaunty hat, my kitten, Wolfgang.
While Rock hacks away to free Jet, he yells, "Ask him if he's a shart!"
No, I can, no,
What?
no, Rock.
He might be one of the
No,
maybe.
I can tell you that right now that he's not.
Shard. There's a D.
Just.
Well, I mean, in the front.
Well, I'm glad you and your kitten are all right. All right, let's get back to it.
Oh, where are you going?
The place called Nunya.
Oh, such sophomore humor. Do you think I'm going to do like that? Oh, it also smells like up dog around here. Do you smell the up dog? Silly
What's
dwarf.
up, dog?
Not much, dog. Oh, what's up with you?
No, I'm not telling
Nothing.
you because I don't know you.
I'm just roaming this forest trying to. Oh,
You get it.
that's a good one.
Please tell your friends. Little gnomish humor for you. But seriously, where are you going? And with such interesting company? A beardless
Honestly, we don't
dwarf,
know.
a pegasus, a music man, a minotaur, and a grumpy dwarf. Oh, and a big kitty. Thank you very much. I saw what you did. Do you need something for that? A lozenge? I could procure one for you that would be near everlasting. It's a very, very small price.
Can I roll my own history to see if I recognize this type of person? Because it seems like every other con man Lom would have worked for as muscle when he was a kid.
Sure. Huey, come here now. Lay down. Ruby, come. Up here. Up.
I guess it would be more
No, up.
insight than
Up.
history, I'm guessing, wouldn't it? I don't know. Because he seems like rather.
I mean, insight is about kind of determining someone's intentions. History would be, do you recognize anything about them from your past?
Okay, so 18.
I mean, there seems like there's something off about him. That much is abundantly clear. You did just hear him say that he's a servant of the 11 hells. I don't know if you worked for any infernal people in your time, but he doesn't seem like he's a good dude, which you can tell based on your previous experience. Like, yeah, not super great.
Yeah. I know I personally will pass on whatever deals you would like to make because deals with magic come at stupid prices and I don't trust magic.
Oh, but I see a very strong magical aura about you right
Yeah,
now.
and I don't like it.
Mm. His mustache looks like almost identical to Lom's right now. It's real good. Yes, and he twirls it too. Well, if you would like to be rid of that magic, I could take it from you.
Don't touch me.
I don't have to touch you to take it.
I don't care. Do not go anywhere near me. I do not consent.
Well, where are you going? Perhaps I could join you.
I'd rather scoop out my own eyeballs with rusty knives.
Well, everyone knows scooping eyeballs is done with a spoon, not a knife. You have to use the correct utensil.
No, it'd be more painful with the wrong utensils, and that's how much I'd rather do it than go anywhere with you.
You only need
Oh.
2 fingers.
Yeah, I'm just gonna walk away and just kind of stand behind Cletos. And just
What are you doing?
Well,
moral center.
don't any of you want more company? I could do things for you. I know this forest. Everybody make me an insight check.
Okay.
I'm gonna see how persuasive he can be.
Natural 20 for 22.
15.
22.
Brock?
13.
So anybody below a 16 is pretty convinced that we should learn a little bit more. Everybody above a 16 is pretty convinced this guy's full of shit and we should get away from him as soon as possible.
Digger knows better, but still wants him to come along.
Oh yeah, of course. Oi.
Boy, he seems great. He's the nicest person we've probably ever met. Way nicer than that old man who happened to die on a boat for no reason at all.
That was so weird how that happened.
Boy.
Mom.
What?
I mean, you're
Look,
the one who you're
you're
the one.
He just reminds me of every other con man, loan shark, and 2-bit mob boss that I worked for when I was a kid. No.
I mean, you're
No.
the leader right now. So
Cool.
okay.
I veto against him being anywhere near us.
Well, then it was very nice to make your acquaintance, and I'm sorry that we could not travel together any further. And he says, "Come along, Wolfgang." And he walks away from you guys, and as he begins to walk away, he fades into the forest itself and out of your ability to perceive. And that is where we will end episode 127 of D and DDT with the one and only the Tasty Boys.
Tasty
boys. Interdimensional.
Boys, thank you.
The recording has stopped.
And thank everybody for watching. We're going to go around, share some social medias where you can find the boys in other gaming pursuits, life pursuits, and, I don't know, three-piece pursuits. I am Beard. You can find me at Heel Turn Radio on socials and over on twitch.tv/Heel Turn Radio, where we have everything from interviews with local wrestlers to wonderful games and gatherings with Dive Club to an all new Minecraft survival multiplayer server where we'll be doing a little WrestleCraft with some friends and other folks, the Wrestle Buds. So check us out. You can see programming there every Tuesday and every other Wednesday and every other Thursday. So, Nate, tell him.
All right, you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at CupidosZombie, and you can also find me next Monday and every other Monday with Warrior and some of our friends playing Down at Outlands on this very channel.
True, you can totally do that. I'm Warrior. You can find me at WarriorMN on socials. In addition to Down and Outlands, you can also find me tomorrow on Dive Club, Heel Turn Radio. It's twitch.tv/Heel Turn Radio, 7 p.m. Central. We're doing a streamy boy, so it's been a while. So
True story.
that's going to be fun. It'll be Beard, myself, probably not Ref Clark Feldman because I think he's got Time Bomb. Yeah. And, some folks from the local and less than local wrestling scene, probably doing Jackbox games. It's a good time. So feel free to stop on by.
I'm referee Dan Fitzgerald. You can find me on most social medias at Ref Dan Fitz, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. Pretty much that's about it. You can find me on. I'm still working on my new schedule when it comes to Twitch. I'll be streaming WrestleCraft with the guys weekly, and I'll probably be streaming other things from TF2 mostly, and whatever other random games I decide to play. You'll find me at Daxon33, DAXN33, and yeah, and I will be getting back into probably doing some art streams as well, going back into spray paint and stuff like that. So that should be fun. I can't wait.
Cool. And I am Joel Vollmer. You can find me at Finger Twitchings on Instagram, Twitter, and here on Twitch. Well, maybe not me, but you'll see things that I draw and or paint, mostly. You can also get my D&D book called Party Starters. I should say role-playing game supplement book that is not affiliated with any company. On the Apple Books platform and on Drive-Thru RPG.
And that will do it for another taping of the one and only D&DDT. Thanks for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you in 2 weeks right here for more fast casual, interdimensional, culinary wizardry. We'll see you on the 11th.